Good morning guys, welcome to Gatwick Airport. If you've been a subscriber of this channel for a while, you might remember last year I did a series where I flew to X country to try X thing. For example, I flew to Italy to try pizza and Switzerland to try chocolate. Today, I thought I'd revitalise that series by travelling to France to try some croissants. Where exactly in France am I going? Well, I guess you guys are going to have to keep watching to find out. But first things first, I need to catch my flight. Welcome to Lyon. Lyon is France's second or third largest city, depending on which statistic you look at. And first impressions, it seems like a very nice, beautiful city. It's right in the southeast of France, not too far away from the Alps. In fact, during the winter when people come skiing in the Alps, they typically fly into Lyon and then make their way into the nearby alpine towns. I've never been to Lyon before, so I'm quite excited to explore the city. But first, we need to complete our mission and get ourselves a croissant. Just in case you guys are wondering, I'm currently in a park called Parc de la Tête d'Or. I'll probably butcher that pronunciation. I'll put a caption below so you guys can see how it's supposed to be spelled. But yeah, it seems like a very nice park. It's very well kept. There's a nice lake in the middle of it with some pedlos as well. And it's not too far away from the city centre. I think it's maybe about 10-15 minute walk into the city centre, which is where I'm going to head now. Right, I've come across what I believe is an authentic French patisserie. It's called Augustin or Augustin. But yeah, hopefully these sell croissants. Can I get the croissant, please? Just one. One. Thank you. That croissant was okay. It wasn't too bad. A little bit disappointed if I'm honest, actually. It wasn't as fresh as I thought it was. I guess that cafe sort of do their batch fresh in the morning and then don't make any after that because it was a bit dry, a little bit stale. I don't know, thought I'd get something a little bit better here in France. Anyway, following on from that disappointment, let's see what the rest of Lyon has to offer. One of the most famous things about Lyon are the two rivers that cross right through the centre of the city. One is the Rhone River, which is where I am right now, and the other is the Saône River, which I crossed earlier today. According to the little research I did before I boarded the plane today, yes, I know, I'm very organised. Apparently Lyon is the birthplace of cinema. The Lumiere brothers showcased the first film here in 1895, and there's a whole museum dedicated towards cinema here. I'd love to go to it, but considering I'm only here for a few more hours, I don't really have the time to go and spend a whole day in the museum. Apparently Lyon is also the capital of food in France, though judging by the croissant I just had, I don't think that's quite true. So this area of Lyon is known as Vieux Lyon, and it's known for its historic medieval streets. And you can sort of see why. The buildings around here and even the streets itself give me sort of very Italian vibes. In fact, the buildings here, if you look at the colours, are very similar to the sort of buildings I saw in Bologna. And this whole sort of district is actually a UNESCO World Heritage Site, so it's definitely worth visiting. So like all good French cities, Lyon has its own famous basilica, the Basilica de Feudier. The only slight issue is, to get there, I have to climb all these steps. I'm in for a fun workout. Walking up the steps wasn't actually too bad. I'm glad I did because this basilica looks far better in person than I thought it would be. Hopefully the interior matches the exterior. The interior didn't disappoint. It was absolutely majestic inside with some stunning designs and artwork throughout the basilica. I'm not a religious man at all, but there's just something about historical religious buildings. They're just such a visual delight, with their elaborate designs and enormous sizes. So you've probably gathered by all the steps I climbed that the basilica is on top of a hill, which would normally mean there's a great viewpoint. And yes, there is, but to get to the viewpoint you have to go to the top of the balcony, which you have to pay for. On this channel we're all about doing more for less, so apparently, according to the research I've done, there's a secret viewpoint that's about 10-15 minute walk away from the basilica, so I'm going to go there and see if I can get a good view of Lyon. I'm still on my way to the secret viewpoint, but about a 5-minute walk down from the basilica is this old Roman amphitheatre. If you didn't know, Lyon was an old Roman city, and there's sort of a few Roman ruins dotted in around the city. This is probably the most famous of them all. I don't know about other countries, but if you're from the UK, and especially if you went to school in the UK, you've definitely learnt about the Romans. As a kid, I thought they were the most fascinating thing in the world. How they were able to maintain such a large empire thousands and thousands of years ago, I have no idea. In fact, in the UK, there's still a lot of old Roman structures, and if you go to Bath, a lot of those Roman structures are still in active use. If you've never been, I definitely recommend you guys go. And here we are at the viewpoint. Do you guys think it was worth it? I think it was. Like I said, Lyon is like the second or third largest city in France, depending on which measure you look at. And I feel like this viewpoint really gives you an idea of that. I mean, just look at it. It's such a vast city. And in a country as large as France, that takes some doing. If you look in the distance, you can just about make the mountains out. And that's sort of like the foothills of the Alps. So the viewpoint I've come to is called Les Jardins de Curiosité, which literally translate into English, the Garden of Curiosities. I mean, apart from those sort of silver chairs, I don't really get where the curiosity element comes from. But this is the viewpoint. As you can see, it's not too busy. I suspect the church would be far more busier than this. I feel like I've done all the exploring I want to do, so I'm going to sit here for a bit, just taking the view and just relax. I think I spend a bit too much time chilling at the viewpoint over there. The time is now 5 o'clock and my flight back to the UK is at 7:50, so I should probably make my way back just in case there's any delays. I'm back in the centre of Lyon now, so all I need to do now is catch a train and head back to the airport. If you guys have made it this far into the video, I hope you've enjoyed it. And if you have, let me know where I should go next in this series. I'm open to suggestions. Anyway, I hope you guys are doing well. Take care. And as always, I'll see you guys in the next one.